Have you ever had a week where it feels like the entire tech world is pivoting at once? Because that's what just happened. AI didn't take a step forward this week, it leaped. OpenAI dropped a bombshell for developers, Google redefined the way we search, a mysterious new image agent emerged from China, and Anthropic quietly but strategically moved one step closer to creating a real autonomous digital mind. Yeah, it's that kind of week. So buckle up. Because if you care about staying relevant in an AI-first world, what you're about to hear might just shape your next 5 years. Let's dive in. Imagine having a senior software engineer on your team who never sleeps, doesn't need meetings, and always reads the documentation. That's essentially what OpenAI just released. Meet CodeX, a cloud-based, autonomous software agent now available inside ChatGPT for pro, team, and enterprise users. But don't mistake it for another coding assistant. This is a full-stack engineer that spins up in its own secure environment, handles actual development tasks end-to-end, and commits changes all without ever pinging you for help. You hook it up to your GitHub repo and it just goes to work. Writing features, fixing bugs, running and interpreting tests, refactoring code that hasn't been touched since the Obama administration. It operates in its own sandbox, no internet, no external API calls, no data leaks. Like a software vault that thinks. And here's where things get really exciting. You can watch it in real time. Logs, test results, progress updates. It's like having a window into the brain of your smartest engineer. Why is this such a big deal? Because the model powering CodeX, dubbed CodeX 1, was fine-tuned not on random data scraped from the web, but actual engineering workflows, pull requests, bug fixes, commit logs. It thinks like a dev team, not a chatbot. On internal benchmarks, it hits 75% pass at 1 accuracy on Sweetbench, a solid leap from previous models. Think about that. It's not just helping you code. It's understanding your project's architecture, following naming conventions, juggling tasks across files like a dev who's already read your entire codebase. Oh, and when it's done, it doesn't just dump outputs and leave. It commits the code, packages logs and rationales, and lets you decide, merge, modify, or iterate. For those who prefer the terminal, the open-source CLI version powered by CodeX Mini is a dream. Smaller, faster, perfect for rapid tasks like renaming, refactoring, and test generation. Like a quiet assistant that doesn't get offended if you ignore it, but jumps in the second you need it. And with 75% prompt caching discounts, CodeX Mini is shockingly affordable for regular workflows. Here's the real takeaway: CodeX is not a toy. It's part of a larger vision. A workplace where task-specific agents do real work while humans focus on higher-order thinking. And it's already here. Wait a second. Does that mean developers might actually get to go home on time? Crazy thought, right? But let's not get too comfortable, because while OpenAI's building agents halfway around the world, China just unveiled something that may change creative work forever. Enter Manus AI, a visual agent so advanced it doesn't just generate images, it designs with intention. Born from Monica's Butterfly Effect project, Manus is more than a text-to-image tool. It's a visual strategist built on multi-agent architecture, capable of planning, researching, and executing purpose-driven visuals. Let me paint a picture. You ask for a modern Scandinavian living room. Instead of just throwing you a random couch and a plant, Manus asks, why do you want this? Are you designing a catalog? A product ad? Is this for Instagram or a VR home tour? Then, and this is the wild part, it builds a visual strategy. It consults layout engines, analyzes current design trends, pulls from brand guides, selects real furniture, and constructs the scene based on actual design logic. We're not just talking prompts here. We're talking autonomous design systems, agents that plan, execute, and validate output, working together like an internal agency. From e-commerce visuals to architectural renders, it's already testing in the wild, quietly powering full interior plans and product campaigns. The catch? The still in closed beta. Invitation only. But make no mistake, once this hits public release, visual design might never be the same. You might be thinking, okay, this is impressive, but isn't anyone building a truly thinking AI? Hold that thought, because Anthropic might just be doing exactly that behind closed doors. Anthropic has been oddly silent lately. No flashy launches. No tweets bragging about benchmarks. But the leaks? Oh, they're loud. Names like Claude 3, 8, and Claude 4 have popped up in backend files. And curiously, internal codenames like Neptune, the eighth planet, line up with versioning hints. Coincidence? Yeah, right? Insiders report that Anthropic is testing true agentic models. Ones that don't just generate answers, but pause, break down the task, plan internally, and then act. You ask a question? It doesn't just spit something out. It builds a thought process, queries tools, fetches data, rewrites its assumptions, and only then responds. If this sounds familiar, it's because OpenAI's GPT-4o does something similar. But Anthropic might be going a step further, offering developers full transparency into tool usage, reasoning paths, and internal decision trees. Imagine seeing the entire trail of thought behind an answer, not just the answer itself. It's not just more accurate, it's more trustworthy. And here's where it gets even deeper. Because all of this reasoning, planning, autonomous agents, it's not happening in isolation. It's part of a much larger shift. And nowhere is that shift more visible than in the one place we all visit daily, Google search. This month, Google quietly crossed a major milestone. Over 1.5 billion people have used AI overviews, Gemini-powered summaries inside search. But what's coming next? That's the real headline. Google is preparing to launch AI Mode, a conversational search experience that behaves like a smart assistant. Ask a question, get a summary, refine your intent. Ask follow-ups. It remembers your context, your flow, your intent. Search is no longer just typing and clicking. It's talking, iterating, collaborating, and it's happening inside the world's most used product. Google CEO Sundar Pichai recently addressed fears that AI chat tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity were eating into search. His take? Disruption isn't destiny unless you ignore it. He sees this moment as a transformation. One Google intends to lead, not follow. But make no mistake, the pressure is real. Apple is hinting at replacing Google's search in Safari. That's massive. One switch in iOS and Google loses billions in traffic. And yet, Pichai isn't blinking. Just like they weathered mobile-first search and the TikTok video wave, Google believes it can ride this one too by making search smarter, more personal, more useful. So now we arrive at the big question. With OpenAI's CodeX building agents that write and commit code. With Manus designing visuals like an art director on caffeine. With Claude evolving toward real thought and action. And with Google baking AI into the very bones of how we find truth. Who's building the smartest AI agent right now? Is it the silent thinkers at Anthropic? The product juggernauts at Google? The speedrunners at OpenAI? Or someone else entirely still in stealth mode? That question might define the next generation of work, of creativity, of intelligence. So here's what you can do. Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's debate. Like this video if your mind's racing with possibility. Subscribe if you're serious about staying not just current, but ahead. Because the age of passive AI is over. We're entering a new era of agents that reason, act, adapt, and maybe, just maybe, outthink us. This is the future. Stay sharp. See you in the next one.